Hey everybody, and happy Friday. It is time for my Friday Reads selection, and today we are going to talk about Auggie and Me. Okay, so last week we talked about Wonder, which was a phenomenal book. If you have not yet read it, you need to go out and get it. And today we are talking about Auggie and Me. Okay, this is 3 short stories from 3 different characters in the Wonder book. So it ties in perfectly to that. All right, so let's read the Goodreads description. Auggie and Me gives readers a special look at Auggie's world through 3 new points of view. These stories are an extra peek at Auggie before he started at Beecher Prep and during his first year there. Readers get to see him through the eyes of Julian, the bully, Christopher, Auggie's oldest friend, and Charlotte, Auggie's new friend at school. Together, these 3 stories are a treasure for readers who don't want to leave Auggie behind when they finish Wonder. I could not agree more. All right, so let's talk about this book here, and we're going to discuss each of the stories separately, but first, overall, the writing of this book. Our author is a wonderfully talented author. She is an artist in the way that she creates this world around Auggie. And the world in Wonder is beautiful and sad and devastating. And in these 3 short stories, we get to see Auggie's world through a different perspective, through 3 different perspectives. Now, don't get me wrong, in Wonder, you got to see chapters from Auggie's point of view, and then chapters from the point of view of his sister, his parents, his teachers, his classmates, which was so cool. But this dives just a little bit deeper into 3 of the other characters, 3 of the side characters, which I thought was really interesting. All right, the story, it contains 3 of the characters from the Wonder book, and I think it gives us a new perspective on especially the first story, which is Julian's chapter, because Julian was the bully, and in Wonder, you really had this feeling of why is he behaving the way he is? In this, you get to really understand him and even relate to him. All right, so the Julian chapter is the first short story. This is the cover of the Julian chapter, this yellow one up here. And again, you know, each of the covers for the individual chapters, the individual sections, are very beautifully done. They're like book covers all on their own. So this is the Julian chapter. So Julian in Wonder was portrayed as the bully. In this short story, we get to see a glimpse of who Julian really is and why he does the things he does. So what drives him to behave the way he does? What drives him to treat Auggie the way he does in Wonder? And we even get to see the remorse and the sadness that he feels when he realizes what he's done wrong. And we don't get to see that in Wonder. So it was really nice to be able to see a different perspective on Julian. And in this, it talks about when he is leaving. So he gets suspended from school in Wonder, and now we get to see a new side of him and the fact that he goes to a new school and how he behaves. So it's very different seeing that side of him, and it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder about the kids that they're going to school with, and you really have to understand that kids go through a lot. They have a lot of stresses on themselves, a lot of pressure on themselves that we as parents may put on them, their teachers put on them, just society in general puts on them, and it can sometimes lead to them acting out. We really need to ask, what is the cause of that acting out, not just punish and react to the acting out. All right, the second section is Pluto. Back there. Now this one is about Christopher. Christopher is Augie's oldest friend because their mother's friendship. They were friends before the boys were born and just kind of made play dates, got the kids together, and then they became best friends. Up until the time that Chris's family moved away. And that is when he started to see Auggie a little bit different than other kids. He started to pull away. It was really interesting to see through Chris's eyes how having a friendship with Auggie could be difficult at times. However, it's great because friendship wins in the end, and kindness does prevail, and choosing kindness does prevail. So it is a beautiful thing how their friendship evolves over time and then comes right back to that tight-knit friendship. Okay, the third story or third short story in this book is called Jingling. This is the cover, and it is about Charlotte, one of the girls that Auggie meets when he goes to the new school to Beecher Prep. Jingling, which I did not know before, I did learn is a dance style. That is one of the best things about reading. You get to learn new things, so keep reading. Okay, so this is Jingling, which is about Charlotte. This one is more about her and all of the girl drama that is happening around her, as opposed to her relationship or her connection with Auggie. So I have to say that this was my least favorite of the three short stories. Still really enjoyed it, loved getting to know Charlotte and everything about her, but I'm not a huge fan of girl drama, so that kind of was like, It's the same girl drama that happens in every elementary school, every middle school, every high school, and sometimes into adult life. So I did enjoy Charlotte's story, and I got to meet Summer, who was one of the pivotal characters in the story, and that was a lot of fun. I got to see a side of her that you didn't necessarily get to see in Wonder, but it was awesome being able to look at the story of Wonder through the eyes of the female characters. The lesson of choose kindness was very strong in this story, so I really did enjoy that. Again, along with Wonder, Auggie Me has some great lessons and should definitely be one of those books that children all across the world read along with Wonder. All right, let's talk about characters. I absolutely loved learning more about these characters, especially Julian, the bully, and Chris, Augie's longtime best friend. I felt like we knew Charlotte and we didn't really learn too much more about her in this story, although we got to see some more details of her life. But I really enjoyed getting to know Julian and Chris and the underlying thoughts, their thought process that led them to do and say the things that they said in Wonder. These three short stories not only showed us their relationships with Auggie, but they showed us how they interact with other kids and what they're like inside and outside of school, and what drives them, what motivates them, and what's going on throughout their mind, what's going on in their mind as the things happen within the book Wonder. And I really enjoyed that aspect of it. The character development in Auggie Me built upon what was already there and substantial in Wonder, and succeeded to enhance the connection with the reader and the characters that are in these stories, which was awesome. The appearance of this book, very simple. Again, you have that blue, white, and black. The only other added color is Charlotte's hair, and of course, the green star on Chris's head. But what I loved most about the cover, not just this cover, is that each of the stories had their own individual cover design. And it was like opening a book 3 times and getting a new cover. And it really divided up the stories to let you know, hey, you're starting a new book here. You're starting a new story. And I think the cover design for all of these was just beautiful. Very simple, very eye-catchy, very welcoming, beautifully done. All right, I do always have favorite quotes for my books that I read, and this time I have 4. So the first one is, good friendships are worth a little extra effort. I agree, they are. Good friendships are worth a little extra effort. And sometimes friendships can be rocky. Sometimes you're gonna fight with your best friend or your close friends, but they're worth the effort to put in and make things right. All right, the second quote is, sometimes it's good to start over. I think that one pretty much says what it says. Sometimes it is good to start over. Amen. Yes, it is. That is so true. All right, my third favorite quote is, one mistake does not define you. Julian, do you understand me? You must simply act better next time. Okay, we all make mistakes. We're human. We make mistakes. One mistake does not define you. It's what you do next, how you act the next time. You just have to be better next time. One mistake does not define you. I think that is a huge, important lesson for all kids and adults to learn. All right, quote number 4, final quote is this. If you want to be a star, you have to be willing to work harder than everyone else to achieve your goals and dreams. The way I see it, a dream is like a drawing in your head that comes to life. You have to imagine it first, then you have to work extremely hard to make it come true. I love it because honestly, what we want in life, that goal, whatever you want, whatever it is, if you can imagine it, you can do it, but you gotta work for it. Things don't just come easy in life. You know, you don't just get that dream job just because you want it, or finish that novel just because you say, oh, I have a book idea, and then it's done. And things that you really, really care about in life, if you really want them, work hard and you can do it. You can do anything in life, but you gotta work for it. So I think that is a very valuable lesson, especially for the youth today, because I think a lot of things just are given to the youth today. A lot of things just seem to come naturally, come easily, and I think that they need to learn it does take hard work to get what you want in life. Just my thoughts. All right, so that is my 2 cents on Auggie and Me, the second book, or I guess just a short story series or whatever, of the Wonder books. So if you read Wonder and you loved it as much as I do, check out Auggie and Me. You will not be disappointed. All right, that is my Friday Read selection with me, Nina Soden, the Redheaded Author. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and click like for me down below. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel and check out all of my other videos. Every Friday, I'm here with a Friday Read selection, every Sunday with a Sunday screening selection, and every Monday for Mindfulness Monday. All right, everybody, until next time, happy reading.